Imagine waking up tomorrow in a world where nothing bad ever happens. No pain, no challenges, no heartbreak. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the strange truth. You'd hate it. And today, I'm going to tell you why. Last year, I hit rock bottom. I was unemployed, ended a meaningful relationship with my best friend, and kept going back and forth between antidepressants and therapy. That experience made me question my values. I found myself sitting alone in my apartment, wondering why I was brought into this world. But in that moment of intense suffering, I learned something profound about life, something I never would have discovered in times of comfort. We spend our entire lives trying to avoid pain. We chase comfort, security, and happiness. Yet when people look back on our lives, it's not the comfortable moments they remember most. It's the challenges they overcame, the battles they fought, the times they thought they couldn't go on, but did. This isn't just philosophy. Science backs this up. Research shows that people who face and overcome moderate adversity develop something called stress inoculation. They become more resilient, more capable, and here's the surprising part, report higher levels of life satisfaction than those who never face significant challenges. Think about it from an evolutionary perspective. Our ancestors didn't develop strength by living in perfect conditions. They developed it by facing threats, overcoming obstacles, and adapting to challenges. Our brains and bodies are literally designed to grow through adversity. But not all suffering is the same. Let's break it down. 1. Chosen suffering. This is the type we voluntarily take on. For example, athletes pushing their bodies to the limit, entrepreneurs risking everything for their dreams, parents sacrificing for their children, students challenging themselves to learn. This type of suffering creates immediate meaning because we choose it for a purpose. 2. Circumstantial suffering. Life throws this at us. Loss of loved ones, health challenges, financial setbacks, natural disasters. These challenges test us, shape us, and often reveal our true character. 3. Transformative suffering. This is where the magic happens, when either chosen or circumstantial suffering leads to personal growth, deeper understanding, enhanced empathy, stronger relationships, new perspectives. We live in the most comfortable time in human history. Everything's instant, convenient, and easy. Yet depression and anxiety rates are skyrocketing. Why? Because we're avoiding the very thing that makes life meaningful, challenge. Look at history's most meaningful lives. Viktor Frankl found purpose in a concentration camp. Nelson Mandela discovered freedom in prison. Helen Keller turned disabilities into strengths. Nick Vujicic transforms his struggles into a message of hope and inspires millions worldwide. They didn't just endure suffering, they transformed it into meaning. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth. It's when people don't just recover from difficulties, they actually become stronger, wiser, and more purposeful because of them. Studies show that up to 70% of people who face trauma report some form of positive transformation. Here's where it gets interesting. Research shows that people who view their suffering as meaningful recover faster from setbacks, show greater resilience, experience more personal growth, report higher life satisfaction. The key isn't suffering itself, it's the meaning we make from it. Looking back at my journey, after nearly a year of seeking help from therapists, I regained my confidence and began accepting myself. I landed a decent job, joined a mentorship program that transformed my life, and challenged the way I once saw myself and the world. In a way, I'm grateful for what happened. At that point, I wanted to give up. I truly believed I would never overcome the challenge. But now, in hindsight, I realize that it's okay losing someone to find yourself. Here's what most people miss. Suffering isn't just something to endure. It's essential for a meaningful life. The word meaningful originates from mean, which is average. Therefore, a meaningful life can be seen as the balance between suffering and pleasure. Without challenge, we can't explore triumph. Without pain, we can't truly understand joy. Without darkness, we can't appreciate light. In fact, if you are the light, you must go into the dark for the light to truly shine. But if you condemn the light and see it as wrong, you lose sight of the very reason you're here in the first place. So, think about your own life. What made you who you are today? Was it the easy times or the hard ones? The victories or the defeats? The comfort or the challenges? Every day, we have a choice. We can avoid difficulty and seek comfort, or we can embrace challenge and find meaning. The first path leads to temporary pleasure. The second leads to lasting fulfillment. So here's my challenge to you. 1. Identify one difficult thing you're avoiding. 2. Choose one challenge to voluntarily take on. 3. Find one way to transform your past pain into purpose. Remember, life isn't about avoiding suffering. It's about transforming it into something meaningful. The pain you feel today could be the strength someone else needs tomorrow. Next time you face suffering, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask instead, "What is this here to teach me?" Because in the end, it's not the absence of suffering that makes life meaningful. It's what we become. So embrace your challenges. Welcome your struggles. They're not obstacles to your happiness. They're the building blocks of a meaningful life. Because the most beautiful stories aren't about people who never suffered. They're about people who suffered, endured, and transformed. And that's exactly what you're doing right now.